Welcome to the Full Spark podcast for the week of March 30th through April 6th. My name is Cam Gillins, and as always, I have my good buddy Jacob Nickerson, which is the 36, maybe even the 35 now, in our mini stock portion of the race. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, you might get a sneak peek on what I'm gonna look like next season on the last race of the broadcast, but or the podcast, as I say. But it's all good. It's to give the podcast listeners an award. They get to see. I'd like to think their favorite driver get a sneak peek of their paint scheme.
A little bias there.
Yeah.
It's a, not only that, but you'll get to see some of my discretions too. At least you did get to see my screw ups. Because once again, for whatever reason, since I was in the race, the replay didn't save of our Xfinity series, but it's what it is. Um, but anyway, yeah. So this broadcast is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to have two of our mini stock races. One's probably actually going to go all the way through because of minor technical difficulties. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
not
been a
going to.
time behind the scenes that you didn't see.
So we're going to try to hurry and get this going because you're going to see the full mini stock series race that happened last Sunday, which I broadcasted, which you'll see the actual broadcast of it on this channel of the Overdrive Automotive Media. But yeah, with that, we'll just get started on our first mini stock race of the Spark mini stock series. So this one, Phoenix, that's where this one was.
Phoenix, yeah.
Okay. So
This
yeah.
was this was a track. I was mad fast in practice, mad fast in qualifying,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good until the first pit stop, and then I missed my stall. But we'll get into that.
We're gonna go with that. All right, let's just get start at it. Oh well,
See,
hold for a minute. It's like we don't. Let's see here. You got any sound, Jacob, on that?
yeah,
No. Okay.
negative.
Okay. Hold on. Again, technical difficulties. Let me fix it.
Please hold.
Please hold. Still nothing.
Nothing now.
Interesting. Okay. There we go.
Oh, we
Okay.
got something now, boys.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Sorry. Again, technical difficulties. All right. You know what? Let's restart that.
There
Okay.
you go.
So we had the 58 Justin Wilson on the pole, followed by the 52 of Johnny Rapp, and as you can see, Jacob on the second lane coming to the bottom.
Yeah, so apparently, according to interviews after the race, I scared a few people with my practice laps. And
So
I was
you were
feeling,
really fast in your practice.
I was feeling pretty confident going into this. And this is the start. This race is the start of the animal invasion. First we had Johnny's fish car, which we've had for a long time, and now you got Tom's gigantic frog. That thing is clearing rainforest trees in the paint scheme. That's got to be about 400-foot tall frog.
Which is funny because apparently that fish paint scheme is like the number one in mini
I've
stocks.
raced with a few of them.
It's so funny.
I've seen that fish scheme in the wild.
Yeah. Anyway, so if this one, I know this first corner was kind of a little tough to get going. Because you have to kind of stand on the brakes coming off how quick coming in from that front straightaway.
Yeah, there was a lot of off throttle time, which allowed for more like fuel saving ideas and to get it so you can get more laps in your tank, and
Mm.
it made it interesting. I'll say that much.
Mm-hmm.
You see
Yep.
me, the shark eating the fish. I saw my position. I was able to strike.
Mhm.
So I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. There were a few people that were like saving during this race. I don't save. I just go.
We had this conversation, me and Jacob, early this week. It's like I didn't used to, but for whatever reason, I started trying to save, which actually doesn't save anything. It just goes from the right rear to the front right.
Yeah.
So I gotta fix that.
I think my idea of not saving, kind of forced other people to run a bit harder.
Mhm. Especially how quick you were during practice. I'm
Mm.
sure it did. It's
You got Steve in the Valvoline car, sorry,
mhm.
and you got Tom and the Frog going at it. So you could hang around the outside a fair amount, like that dogleg kink there. We wouldn't. The inside gets a run on yous, but
Mhm.
in the actual corners, the outside was halfway decent.
Mhm. Oh, we saw our first caution right there. Oof.
Oh no! Oh, it's a murder. We- We've had we've had a murder happen on track.
It's pretty much a restart of well up front, all those guys in the back, and right there, the 52 did pit right there, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Joni took off into the pit stalls for the caution.
Mm-hmm. Let's continue doing his alternative strategy,
What he's known for.
what he's known for. But you'll see that again later on.
Yeah, me and James in the later half of the season, we've started getting a history. Like we've had some good battles, and like
Mm-hmm.
he squeezed me pretty good, but I keep it held.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that shark, just absolutely patrolling the field.
So you can see a little bit what we're talking about here. So watch him, Jacob, as he's coming down the front straightaway. Right here, you get on the brake until at least the car takes a set, maybe to the center of the corner.
Yeah, you're on it. You're off throttle for a very very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing cautiously. I was making sure James knew I was here, and maybe make him get a bit more pep in his step to get a. Because I'm trying to make it so nobody else saves fuel. So if
Mm-hmm.
I can make James run, then I'll be put myself at least put him in the same shoes as I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm. So Johnny starts coming back through the pack.
Mm. This is where our tires started leaving us, and his tires were still had some good on them. So
Mm-hmm.
me and
As you,
James still going at it.
yeah, so I'm pretty sure you were battling for at least good half of this race.
Felt like it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a schmack, but
Mm-hmm.
these things can take door hits pretty well, so me and him are both pretty well fine. Yeah, these three who I think were trying to save fuel, save tire.
Mm-hmm.
And now the championship hunt is on. I see Maki in my front view mirror, or front view window, not mirror. I'll be looking at myself. That'd be kind of weird. And I saw Maki. I was like, if I can get him to do a mistake or like not save as much or put him in a compromised position, but not like wreck him. I mean, I might be able to run away with this to make him burn his tires off and fade.
Mm-hmm.
You got Johnny just very calculatedly going through the pack at the moment. He's still alive.
Say,
Paul Thomas pretty well jumped the barricade and he's still going. I'm impressed. I applaud him.
and then Steve S. His whole front end's pretty much caved in.
It's just it's aero manipulation. It's purposeful. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think at this point I'm looking at my relative and I'm seeing that I'm catching Maki, but I'm not catching Justin. So I'm like, Maki's saving fuel. I gotta make sure he doesn't.
There we go. All three of you pitting.
I think I still had a lap worth of fuel in my tank, so I could have gone long, but I was like, I'll just pit now.
Mm-hmm.
See, my idea was to keep near the rear end of Maki, but I missed my pit stop.
So there's kind of so yeah, as I said, it's kind of a common theme. It looks like right here is that everyone kind of slid through their pits a little bit.
I missed it by about a country mile. So.
I've done that a couple times. Luckily, y'all won't have to see that.
Yeah.
Oh man. So before this, kind of getting the weeds a little bit, but before this, my first time with the Pocket Crew Chief Winter Series Xfinity cars, it was a hot mess. Is that I didn't have a pit board that I could see coming in the pit road, so I passed it like 3 times, and then one time I actually, like I said, slid through the box. Yeah, it was a hot mess. Then this last one, so I messed up my tire strategy by a country mile and got 3 laps down because I was off pit sequence with everyone.
The Xfinity race mysteriously corrupted, and you won't say any of that. But
Yeah.
Yeah, my idea was to stay behind Marky as close as I can get to him. You know, I think I'm about half a track behind him now, so that didn't really work out for me. I'm seeing James come out of the pits. My throttle is 160% down to the floor. I'm like, get by him, get by him, get by him.
Yeah.
Get like 5 extra horsepower, come on. He came out just beside me, I think, or right in front of me, so I was like, alright, the battle continues.
So this is where Justin got his lap back because Johnny stayed out because he came in, got his tires early.
I love when you're watching two people like mid corner and you just hear it in the very behind the camera somebody banging
Just
the
tag
rev
the
limiter.
wall. Oh, rev limiter or tag the wall.
Yeah.
Like there, right there.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if you all heard that, but
I think right now me and James are just battling our hearts off, like splitting
Mhm.
through lap traffic and is that Tom coming in? I think so.
yeah, yeah. So he was on a little bit different strategy too.
Yeah, with how far ahead James is, I'm gonna say this happened off camera, but we we three wide splitted Steve
Mm-hmm.
and that worked. And we three wide splitted Larry and that didn't work. And I
Mm-hmm.
almost got spun out and I saved it. That thing was about 90 degrees sideways. It's like monkeys, you know? Green card together, strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's why me and 77 James hang out a bunch.
Mm-hmm. And Johnny, right here, just came in and got fuel right there.
No tires, just fuel, but
Yeah, he did. He said hides back, but he said probably should have came, got tires for how long he had to stay for fuel. But
hmm.
then so what you're gonna see probably, if I remember correctly, in the closing laps is you just start reeling them in.
I am running the piss out of this thing.
Yeah. You'll start pulling them in, and in the last couple laps, guys were door banging.
You see, I'm turning right going into the
Yep.
corners. Like, I am sending this thing in as hard as I possibly can.
By this time, Justin just way out front as he tends to
Yeah, he's checked out.
do.
We don't.
Then this battle between Maki, the 13 and 15, and then Johnny Rapp in the 2, and here we go.
Yeah, I've reeled him in. So I've sent it
Oof.
down the inside, but he's sent it
Yeah,
harder.
he sent it way hard on the outside. We've talked about this, about how most of us love this old school Phoenix format instead of the new school.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
You just see my front tires just screaming for help at the moment because I am not being kind to them. James got in the wall, so I was like, this is my chance.
Oh, here you go.
I was thinking about sending it high as hard as he did, but I was like, I have my idea.
See, I like that idea right there. Going in high, try to get some, try to do the crossover on him. It looks like he couldn't carry the momentum though.
See, I figured because like I was new to Spark in the season, so I thought I could do like a different strategy for passing than most could because I'm kind of like an unknown. Later on in the season, not as much. But my idea is just like, I think Daryl Waltrip did this a lot, where you just hang out behind him, make him notice you're there,
Mm-hmm.
and they panic, overshoot a corner, and you just take it normally and pass them. I think now that that's kind of known, I need to change something up.
I think we're coming to the checker right here.
If it was the new Phoenix, it would end right there.
Yeah, it would been done by now. I hate where they moved the finish line. I absolutely hate it.
I couldn't see the flag man. I was looking
Yep.
for him.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess this is the end.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
if
hey,
you got
I
you overshot the tires or whatever there, but
I had one last go. I think in turn 1 and 2, and it
uh-huh.
didn't work. And I think I burnt up a little bit, got tight coming out of the corner, and he just ran away. And I
Yeah.
was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That's all she wrote. I can hear the fat lady singing.
All right, and then oh no, that was the wrong one apparently.
Spoilers for next race.
Spoiler. Okay, that was interesting. Why did it do that? That's weird. I didn't like it. Hold on, I got this. I got this. Give me a second. Again, technical difficulties.
Please hold.
Please hold. Trying to think which one it was.
I got it on my phone. I can just run through them.
I think it's this one.
Never mind.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. That means I might have to swap the other one later, but it's fine.
We will surely not remember to do that.
Yeah, so there you go. So the 58 Justin Wilson brings home the win, followed by the 13 of Jake Maki and the 52 of Johnny Rappel coming in third, followed by the 39 of Sean Mulholland, the 77 of James Barker, and then the 36 of Jacob Nickerson here.
And then in 7th place, you got Paul Thomas, who after clearing the barricade, the 7th place is pretty good. You got 60 of Steve Vest behind him with nose damage. I mean, he wheeled that thing pretty good. You got the frog car of Tom Licker in 99 coming home in 9th, keeping it in the top 10, showing off the frog. The frog stayed clean. Then you got the 69 of Larry Pauling, and then the 4 of Nathan Gentry.
Alright, so we got that. That brings us to our number one Hero Cards Street Stock Prelim Series. And that was fun. It's been a minute. I can't remember where this is at. Guess we'll just go ahead and take a look at it. Refresher. Oh, it's 5 flags.
Yeah.
5 flags. Yes, that's right. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this was fun.
5 flags is always a good time.
Yeah, none of us were expecting the fogginess out of it, but it was actually really fun being in the fog.
Just reminds me of home, so. So I don't think this has audio.
Ah. Oh, please.
Oh, there we go. We're good. We're back.
That just means the other two, the other one, I'm gonna have to do that as well. So
Mm.
making adjustments on the fly, because sometimes things that get saved actually don't get saved anymore. But anyway, so we have the Ada Braxton Deweese gets on the jumps out to the start, and the battle between James Barker and Jacob Phillips there for second.
James wheeling that thing, getting sideways, saving it.
Everyone was sideways here, especially towards the end of this race. It was so close, except for Braxton.
I don't necessarily know what I mean by this, but Five Flags reminds me of a fishbowl. After some intense side by side, they've decided to slack off a little bit, go single file for a little while.
Yeah, you're on board with me. Back toward back of the pack. Like I said, this was the tightest field of all the ones we've had this season. Everyone was pretty much on pins, needles, and eggshells, and if you did one little slip up, the rest of the field was gonna go right by you.
Like you see Devin Jack just trying to hold on for dear life on the outside.
Oh.
A little bit of smoke show adding to the fog, that's fine.
There, you want to Jacob Phillips gets a little slideways. I know that was a tie between him and James there. The 70. Oh, it might have been right there. That they were pretty much 45 degrees going into the corner.
Phillips has gone from run laps to survive at the moment. Phillips is getting bullied.
Well, by this time, I think his tires were about gone.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was just telling these fellas, just tiptoe it through here. Don't spin. This is time right pretty close, but I thought about taking it 3 wide. I was like, yeah, probably not.
It would have been entertaining.
Yes, it would have.
Wouldn't have lasted long, but would have been entertaining.
Right there, I tried to get some momentum, trying to get under him.
Someone's trying to ride the wall a little bit, that's fine.
Braxton just checks out.
A familiar sight during this whole #1 Hero Cards Street Stock Series.
Oof.
It's the big oof.
Yeah. James Barker tries to do the crossover on 27 Ryan Phillips.
He's making something work. I haven't taught much. I'm just mesmerized by this battle going on. I tell you, it's like
Ooh.
Tell you what, James must have been a pirate in a last life because he could wheel them boats.
Yes. Oh, here we go with the battle between him and Jacob Phillips. Come back to it.
Part 2.
Part 2.
He's in a Phillips sandwich.
Yep. For sure that was
Tag the wall a little bit.
Yep.
See, he's just trying to shave weight off the cars. It's purposeful. Don't worry.
It's- Oof. Oof. Yeah, he's using that
Yeah,
right
this
rear.
This thing is getting a bit cooked.
Using that right rear.
Watching him drive just makes me want us to do a Formula Drift style event during the off season.
'Cause I don't know what was going on with Steve. I don't know if he got damage at some point or what.
Phillips is trying his hardest to hold on to this thing.
Yeah.
I think Braxton may have just been laying off for a little bit, and the next thing you know, his field's here. He's like, oh, I gotta go again.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 3 podcast guests in the top 4, ain't it?
Let's try to think.
So I assume the 52 is Aiden Neese because it had Neese on the top car.
No, 52. That's Rap. That's Johnny.
It just wasn't this normal green color, and I saw Neese on the side of the quarter.
Oh, I don't know. If that was Johnny. For sure it was Johnny.
Either way.
Thinking we're about to the end here.
Everybody's just holding on to what they got at this point.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
These cars are worn out. They've been whipped, stabbed, spun. Take a good old gander at the pace car right quick and we'll get back at it. No, it's number 1 hero cards up.
Yeah.
I saw the N in the font.
As soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh, I definitely can see how you got that.
Look, it's foggy. You can't see good.
Yeah.
Ryan might have something for Devin here. Cone's going everywhere. I think this is the end. It's tradition after a race, you trash the place, you throw cones everywhere, and
Alright, so we'll pull up the results. So yeah, Braxton Deweese comes home the winner, followed by the 52 of Johnny Rapp, the 49 of Devin Jack, then 27 of Ryan Phillips in fourth, followed by the 77 of James Barker.
Then you got the 86 of Thomas Bergeron in fifth, sixth.
Yep.
The 07, the 07 of the host of the, what are we called again? Full Spark Podcast. The 07 of Cam Gillins. Coming up behind him's the 60 of Steve Best and the number 31 of Jacob Phillips, rounding out the rear for an entertaining smoke show of a time.
After he burned down that right rear.
I started my hype speech and I lost my thoughts halfway through. I was like,
That's what happens.
I've been here for every episode. You think I know what it's called? It's right there.
Yeah. It's just funny how you start going and then you just completely lose it. But right, that brings us to our Rescreen LLC Late Model Tour race of the week, and it's pretty much the same thing, guys. It's here at Five Flags. And we'll start getting into that one. What's up?
Also, since these are the last races of the season, other than the mini stock race.
Yep.
So, with that street stock race, Braxton came out as the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Braxton Deweese is the champion of the #1 Hero Card Street Stock Series. Which, I mean, he won 9 out of 10
Majority,
races.
yeah.
Yeah.
Majority of them. All but I think like 2, I think, if I remember correctly, but yeah.
Mm.
Alright, we'll get it to. Oh, hold on. It's probably gonna be the exact same thing. I bet there's gonna be no sound. I'll fix it. Hold on. Oh, please.
We need.
I know, right?
I don't have a recorder handy. There we go. There we go.
Alright, we're good. So I had the 15 of Kyle Turzak that gets off to the lead. Followed by the 24 of Aiden Nice, which. Oh,
We have a little bit of happenings going on, but it's okay. Well, we're just gonna power through it.
All right, when I was playing with it.
Ooh, Ram goes to 2, up over 48 of William around. Someone plowed into there.
Nice, put the brakes on.
Getting heat in that motor. Oh god.
So 23 of Chris French was trying to rev bomb the engine and ended up blowing his motor, trying to save fuel.
Too much heat in the motor.
Yep. I think he missed the gear. I think he dropped the gear. Money shifted it. So I got Turzak. That's what happens when it's almost been a week ago. So it looks like Turzak gets off and Aiden Nice is off the second. She was our guest last episode.
That just seems like chaos.
It was a bit of chaos. I mean, 5 flags.
Yeah, it's known for that, I guess.
Which I come to notice in the last little while. It's kind of a sketchy track.
Yeah, a little bit.
Did we run it? Is this the one we ran into mods that one night? I think it was.
Yes.
Then we did a truck race last night that was kind of sketch as well. No one could get the throttle down at all.
Yeah, the way the SK mods run this place, you're literally full throttle and just steering with the brake, and you don't let off the throttle
Yep,
at all.
yep. That truck race we ran last night, you could not put the pedal down whatsoever. Or you're going around. Majority of the 60 laps were under caution. As we got 54, Levi Cox passing Aiden Nice for second.
Levi decided to throw his hat in the ring, see if he can give Kyle anything. Was that Benson? I will say, I was a little bit wrong. I always bring it up at every episode of the podcast how Benson just sneaks his way through the field. There's a hard charger award, which is from qualifying to finishing position, who made up the most minute spots in the season. To everybody's surprise, he even snuck behind me. The 99 of Tom Lickert is the hard charger of the season.
Yeah, it's really crazy because, like I said, I've been kind of keeping an eye on it since I've been racing, and it seems like it was Benson every week because I was like 1 or 2 positions behind him about every week. It made me mad. But nonetheless, yeah.
There's a little bit of smacking to the wall, tried to save it, and just came down on him.
James there.
Devin Jack had about 99% of space there, and he took 100% of it, so that was, I don't know how he was able to fit through that little gap there, but
It's not as bad as that truck race last night. They had a guy that was legitimately under caution going all the way from the grass all the way up to the wall, trying to keep his tires from going. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
good old hosted stuff.
Yeah. We got caution. You go back and see what happens on this one.
Just clips the apron that gets the car upset.
Yeah, I believe that was Garrett Lane and
Yeah.
Bergeron, Thomas Bergeron.
And he just clipped that apron there and it made the car go all like whoop 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 whoop, and it whopped itself in the wall.
So we're about to go 3 wide here for seconds.
3 wide! He just thought better of it. He's like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, don't want any of this. Especially at 5 flags.
Yeah.
See, wall banging. Wall banging.
This track, you just don't have time to breathe.
You don't, no. Ooh, Benson got a little bit loose, and so did Danforth.
And to peel back the curtain a little bit, this series is becoming an ARCA series for Monday nights, and we're putting the ARCA cars on this track the first week of the season. I'm scared.
It's gonna be definitely a fun one to watch.
Yeah. William's still standing, I guess. Don't know how, but he's still standing.
We kept saying we don't know how he just kept going from back to the front.
You and Phillips going at it.
Yep. That was all netcode. And I got 4x because of that. That was all netcode. I went back and looked at it.
Someone's around. Or at least in the wall. So I think going into this race, the championship 3 was Pell Terzag, Aiden Neese, and Levi, wasn't it?
I believe so. I know Chris French was also right there until he blew his engine.
Yeah, the William going around again, but I'm sure the way this race is going in, he'll be in the top 10 in about 6 laps. Don't worry about it. I believe Jake Grout was also looking at a championship this season. Kevin Jack in a very familiar situation he was in the street stocks, just on the outside, holding on. Oh, James on the apron. Nothing happened. We're good.
Ooh.
That was a big wiggle.
By the 5 of Robert Brost. His tires were going away, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Between that and the damage he had.
I think I saw a puff of smoke coming out of the front tire there. Unless that's just the fog, I don't know.
Oof.
You got 2 cars who are in absolutely no shape to race, just going at it. Both of those have been beaten to hell and back.
Oh, wait for our good buddy Aiden Neese goes around.
I don't know if he blew a tire or spun the tires or what, but he just went around on him.
He's got... I think his right rear is gone.
Levi goes to the Phantom Zone.
Ooh, Ryan. 27, Ryan Phillips gets a huge wiggle.
He's running out of tires, he can feel it. He's going up to the marbles to collect more rubber. That's all he's doing. That's fine. This is calculated.
We're probably about done with this one.
See, look how he's running now. That extra rubber on those tires helped him out tremendously. Bringing it all home. Just driving through a graveyard of cars.
Well, it's Aiden, I think, lost it again. Like I said, his tires were completely gone. Yep. Oh.
You got punted across the start finish line.
Collected Scotty there. Yeah, that's set up for the last 10 laps, if I do believe.
Kyle's just trying to run away as fast as possible. He sees that championship in his sights.
That's pretty much it. The cleanest of nights. Pretty much just walked away with it.
Which seems kind of weird for a Five Flags race. They started to tune in the motors. I think that was it.
That was it.
I believe Kyle Turzak comes home with a championship for the rescreened limited late model Caesars.
There's the results for tonight. So 15 of Kyle Turzak takes home the win and the championship, followed by the 54 of Levi Cox in second, the 49 of Jake Grout in third, followed by the 28 of James Barker, then the 49 Devin Jack in fifth, the 88 of James Dansforth in sixth, followed by the 27 of Ryan Phillips in seventh, the 43 of David Hill in eighth, the 1 of Benson Weaver in ninth, then 31st of Jacob Phillips in 10th, then Garrett Lane in 11th, followed by the 2 of Dylan Potts in 12th.
And then you got the 07 of Cam Gillins bringing it home in 13th. Then you got the number 5 of Robert Brooks bringing it home in 14th. 24 of Aiden Neese, the former podcast guest. 29 of Scotty Phillips. And then you got the 38 of Clifton Simmons. And then the 48 of William Cameron, who was coming home in 18th place. And that was a wrecked bucket of fuck race car, and he brought it home in 18th. I'd say that's a pretty job well done. And then 86 Thomas Bergeron, 19th, and the 99 of Tom Lickert in 20th. He should have put the frog on the late model car. That would have gotten him some places there. And the 53 of James French with a blown motor coming home in 21st, and the 64 of Tristan Mayhew in 22nd.
Right. And like we alluded to earlier, that for our Pocket Crew Chief series, I ran it and everything, and for whatever reason they corrupted my video replay files, but I did get the actual results on that one. So you got the 54 of Levi Cox, official, brings home the win, followed by the 58 of Justin Wilson in second, the 50 of Jacob Bradley, bringing home third in the race and took home the championship. Then you got the 26 of Dylan LeBeau in fourth, followed by the 91 of Rye Jones in fifth, the 81 of Scotty Sobzak in sixth, the 88 of James Dansforth in seventh, followed by the 9 of Peter Stewart in eighth, the 15 of Braxton DeWeese in ninth, the 53 of Chris French in 10th, followed by the 63 of Max Cost in 11th, the 52 of Johnny Rapp in 12th, with Brian Brobst in the 11 coming home in 13th. Chris Smith in the 28 brought it home 14th.
And then you got, again, former podcast guest, the number 13 of Jake Mockey coming in at 15th. And then you got the 5 of Robert Props in 16th, the 84 of Laura Wiseman in 17th, the 60 of Steve Vest in 18th, former podcast guest 27 of Ryan Phillips in 19th, I do believe. And then the 43 of David Hill coming up 20th, the 8 of Ellis Thomas in 21st, the 80 of Rob Liddell in 22nd, 07 of the one and only Cam Gillins in 23rd, repping One Inch Racing, we always say not last, and he didn't finish last, so I'm proud of him. As a team, we're all proud of his efforts. And the 42 of Paul Thomas in 24th. The 55 of Evan Pienta in 25th. The 23 of Zachary Mitchell in 26th. The 4 of Nathan Gentry in 27th. And the 39 of Sean Mulholland in 28th.
Like I said, that was a mess. Because what happened is, and I just kind of figured, I was like, all right, 3 sets of tires, with that including the one that's on the car starting out with. I just kind of figured, split in thirds, why not? Well, I did that. I made a mistake. When I came down, I see that no one was pitting. I'm like, oh, and that's about to where I kind of figured that because my tires were gone away by then during practice and everything. Come to find out, the tire wear, imagine that, with all the rubber getting laid down, it started getting better. So, yeah, I pretty much put myself in a box where I was on an alternative pit strategy and put me down 3 laps by the time I was ending with it. But it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, I corrected one mistake and made another one, so.
Yeah, I believe your Xfinity car had the One Inch Racing logo on the side of it, so he's officially joined the team.
But alright, and that brings us up to the last race of the night and the season, and that was the mini stocks at where we're at again.
Thompson.
Thompson, that's right. And we'll bring it up.
This was a race.
This was a race. Alright, we'll get it going.
So to start off with, you get a sneak peek of my scheme for next season and the new number. And so I'm running through. I'm following James. James runs up to the wall. I run up with him. I'm 3 wide with Johnny and Benson. And then I start scaling back. I'm like, all right, not the best start in my life.
As we go 3 wide up here.
Almost 4.
4 wides.
I'm 3 wide with Steve and Jacob Phillips. And
he gets sideways checked up and then gets turned and you can't really do anything and then you became a turtle.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that wasn't my best showing. So you might need to turn the audio levels down a smidge, but
okay,
it should be good.
But it's pretty much, again, this is pretty much live, so I'm gonna try to cut out the I'm gonna try to cut out the cautions.
Caution bits, yeah.
So we'll see some fast forwarding a little bit. Try to do a pre-recording of it, and come to find out, me and Jacob was talking. So
yeah, you know, we were having a good little yarn beforehand.
We had to quickly do a shift. So we'll just kind of jibber jabber on these cautions.
Yeah, no, I was going into this, I was like, all right, I need to finish first, and Mucky needs to finish last for me to win this championship. And then I flip over on lap 2. I was like, well, never mind.
There goes that.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're about ready to get her off one more again. Yeah, there we go. As we got the 58 of Justin Wilson starting on pole for the restart. The 27 of Ryan Phillips on the outside as Justin gets the jump. So you're still, it looks like, still in pit roads.
Yeah.
At this point, as you're coming
By the time
off,
my repairs were done and they were coming to the green, I was like, I don't want to pull out in front of the pack, so I'm gonna let them go a little bit, then I'll go. Yeah, this track is a tricky one to drive too. Like,
Yes, it was.
also behind the scenes, practice got a little out of hand. We started
Uh-huh.
messing around a little bit, and for qualifying in the first few laps, turns 1 and 2 was a bit of a dirt track because we kept sliding through the
Uh-huh.
grass, messing around. So that didn't really help much, but yeah, this track had a lot of rubber dam.
Yeah. Well, you Benson there.
Yeah, you want to run basically rather in that fresh pavement or just outside of it up high,
Uh-huh.
which makes passing a little difficult.
Mhm. So I don't think I showed it, but if I remember correctly, Johnny came down pit road right there
That sounds about right for Johnny.
and took tires. Or
For
wait,
what
oh,
it's worth, I took tires.
uh-huh. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he stayed out. I can't remember.
Because we had 100% fuel for this race.
Hmm. Okay, so you probably stayed out. I couldn't remember.
James gave a good old shot to Johnny there.
Shot, a little bit of shot there.
I think he felt bad about it because he slacked off all the way, let Benson pass him. And
Mhm.
there's the Sobeys car, making his way through.
After coming back from the mishap,
Yeah,
we'll go back up here, check on Justin as he starts checking out again.
Ryan's chasing him down, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
So either.
It started going out into like groups of 2.
Hmm.
Yeah, Maki being his own home track, I figured, I don't know if I got much for him, and then I didn't have much for him.
Looks like 77 James Barker is right on the tail of Weaver.
He saw how I raced him in Phoenix and thought, that's a good idea.
So I know back here between you, Jacob Phillips, and Paul there.
So I make a move on Paul.
Hmm.
He tries to do the same thing
Hmm.
that I did to him.
Yes, battle back up here.
James going back into the Phantom Zone for a little bit to get some advice from the racing gods, and then coming back in. So I was seeing like maybe I can get a lap back, maybe a car should come out, something. So I was kind of
Mhm.
racing a little bit. So I just sent it in the inside
Oh,
of
this.
Phillips.
Oh, oh! I didn't know that's what happened there.
Yeah,
Okay, that one's interesting. Okay.
mm. Yeah, I centered in the inside, and I don't know if Phillips thought he was clear or what, but we got into it a little bit. But
Uh huh. Again, we'll go for fast forward.
Hmm.
This is
So here we
where,
have pit stops happening.
yep, leaders start coming down, and then you'll see as the 52 will stay out of Johnny Rapp.
Always doing something different, that man.
He gets his signature.
James saw how I raced Phoenix and thought that's a good idea, so he blew his pit stop by a mile as well.
So I'll go back up to Johnny.
So I was like, maybe I get a lucky dog, maybe I can get a lap back. I don't know.
I mean, you're in front of Johnny there, weren't you?
Yeah.
So
When the
you
caution come out, I was in front of him technically.
okay, so then you got at least one back.
Hmm.
Right there. Alright, so we're gonna come back to the restart.
I'm not even there pacing it.
Yeah, you're in the back.
The pace car went without me. I was like, I'm still trying to get there, boys. Wait for me. Bit of a stack up behind you as well.
He's got
There's Ryan Phillips and James and Benson.
this is what go back, take a look. We'll go back a little bit further. Alright. Oof.
Larry is fine.
Where's Paul kind of got the short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah. He absolutely drills Larry in the door after getting like a bit wiggly, and Larry just shrugs it off.
Yeah.
Did not affect the 69 car in the slightest.
No. So he goes forward through this.
I honestly don't remember this caution happening.
I
I know I was in the race.
Uh-huh. It's where Johnny and Justin starts having a little bit of battle coming off the restart here.
Mm. There's me. I saw that little bright green hanging out.
Alright, here we go. Oh, Ben's was doing there.
Just psyching him out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this happening now.
Oh,
Maki thought he was on the outside lane, and Benson was like, "Get down there!
Get down! You're not on the outside." It's like, get that great, and Johnny gets to jump.
Benson rolled down the window, came out, and Maki's like, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "What am I doing here?" And then he pulled down the bottom.
Oof.
Hornet's nest down there.
Ooh, Justin. Oof.
He's like, I'm getting out of this. Oh, yes.
Oh,
okay.
nope, that's what his wheel went kapoof.
His wheel got disconnected. It started calibrating on him mid-corner.
We'll go back and look at that.
So if you see his onboard, it just cranks hard left in a millisecond.
So we'll see this. Just so you can see that. And then all of a sudden it was gone. We'll even go back one more time and take a look on the inboard.
I'm pretty sure if you look at the inboard, the driver broke his wrist of how fast he turned left.
There we go. So it's go
Normal,
left,
normal.
straight, and there, it's gone.
Goes.
It's gone.
I think you see it try to calibrate itself.
Alright. Go through the gosh here.
Yeah, from what I've heard from the track staff is Justin was rushed to the infield care center to see for broken wrists, and he made it out okay somehow. Larry comes screaming by.
I may or may not have to fix the results again after this. We'll see.
I can find it on my phone comes into it.
So I've got it. I just need to fix it. For whatever reason, it didn't take it when I did it earlier. Johnny's hitting the pace car.
He's becoming the pace car.
Yep. I think we're coming to one to go right here.
Mm. Paul Thomas was a good night. Look at him up there.
Yep.
Even though he got absolutely slammed beforehand.
As Johnny gets the jump on Weaver there, the number one.
Mm. 3 wide back there. Never mind. It was 3 wide for about half a second. I think I saw James get spooked by Maki a little bit.
As Justin started to come back through the pack, lap down.
That 13 car is messed.
So I don't know if it's now, but let me take a look. Keep an eye on Becca. Yes, you can see what we're. So who's behind Maki at this point?
Me.
You. Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna board with.
The 36-35 of Jefferson.
Look how scratched up that rear end is. I'm pretty
These are
sure.
your two. These are the top 2 in championship points, my friends. These two
No.
right here.
But look at. I'm pretty sure. I didn't catch this earlier when I was looking at this, but look at the damage he's on his left rear.
You got one that has paint falling off of it. The other one's been on his roof. The top 2 in points.
Which you've been on your roof, but it doesn't even look like you were even on your roof.
Look, I got a good pit crew. They came in with a sledgehammer. They got the dents out, and we're good to go.
They Dale Earnhardt it.
Yeah.
Got it fixed and got you back out.
Yeah. They had sledgehammers, toy hammers, balloons, everything they could think of to get dents out of it, and they did an amazing job. They even, I came in with one paint scheme, I came out with another one. That's how good they are.
Re-wrapped it.
Yeah, it is. Well, I guess I should probably explain why my number's different now.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of the 36, I decided to go with 35 because in my father at my local track, he runs the 5 car. My uncle at my local track, he runs the 55. So I wanted to have the 5 in my number somewheres. And the flagship for Team Jaws is the 3 car. And so I figured just merge 3 and the 5, 35, A1. That gives Team Jaws representation and One Wrench Racing representation, which like my father and uncle's in. It's a very me thing to be one off from an actual meaningful number when I just randomly chose a number, really.
So you got Rapp continuing to lead this. That's the one of the one of Benson Weaver on second, 27 of Ryan Phillips in third.
You could say he's swimming away.
It's still mind blowing. That's the #1 mini
I know.
stock base scheme.
It's funny whenever I see somebody in officials running it, it's like, I know who made that scheme.
Yep. See the 58 of Justin Wilson starting to come into fray between these top leaders, trying to unlap himself after his misfortune.
You gotta... I can't remember, because... Yes, okay, I'm remembering. I'm thinking too far ahead. We'll get to what I'm thinking of later. So yeah, Benson has something for Johnny after making his way around Ryan Phillips. Benson looking to... I think if he wins this race, he'd tie Justin in amount of wins in the season. So I think Benson has 2, Justin has 3. Justin just trying to get himself through the field on lap himself, and then... Welcome to the show! These
Pretty
two.
much. And then you've got the grade A seats for
front row seats. I got a bag of popcorn in my passenger seat. The pit crew did provide me with that one.
to get you your ice cream too.
Yeah. I just mashed it into the helmet and had what I could. See, I am desperately trying not to get involved in this, because, like, I am a lap car. I don't want to send it 3 wide or get involved in a battle for track position. But I'm just sat here watching. I got the monkey car looking behind me of Nathan Gentry.
This Maki 13 cents and under 31 of Jacob Phillips.
You got Jacob 1, 2, 3, technically, kind of, not really.
Pretty much, yeah. For a while, that's how it was in the points.
Yeah. I figured I'd let Nathan go. I was like, Nathan, you can deal with those two. Go at it. I bid you good luck, sir.
That's so funny. We'll go back up front. We'll go Rapp. This battle that's still brewing behind him.
Mm. Got a lot happening back here. You're gonna have lap cars come into that situation here soon. You got Justin throwing his wrench in there, trying to get back on the lead lap. And James just sitting in his own world. Wait, I passed Maki for a little bit there. I didn't mean to. I was like, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to, like, just let the position go, so I was like, oh, I'll see how... I'll race him a little bit. Good old Larry.
Good old Larry.
And here comes Johnny hunting down the old Larry machine.
like Justin gets up past Benson there.
Ryan thinks he has something.
Ooh.
It's getting tight. Getting close.
So we'll go back again at this battle between Jake Mockey and Jacob Phillips.
Look how much these two are stacking up the field. It's insane.
Well, it's just it brought all these lap cars back
Yeah.
to him. Ooh, and then a door banging.
You got clear of him.
Ooh, to the crossover.
I think he may have tagged his rear bumper when he went to dive down too. Let's try out some
Ooh.
alternative lines there, Phillips.
Nathan tags the wall.
Maybe just smashed the wall a little bit, but it's fine. See, Ryan's just squaring him up. He's like, alright, Benson, where are your weaknesses? I'm ready to strike.
Oh, yep. It's like I better have doing a couple of those.
Just a little bit of a tap, a little bit of a go fast tap. Or a big fast tap.
See what you did there. Got the tap. Oh, there's another one. Oof. That one's
They're
a
just
little
trying
bit.
to work together to get the Johnny, I think. Because those taps won't spin you, they'll just make you go faster. Okay, unless you do it wrong, it'll spin you. But usually, if you hit it square, you'll go faster.
So this has gotta be close.
So I think Johnny's gone past Larry at this point. And
Yeah.
Larry has said, and I'll quote, "I'll be your soldier." So yeah, I think Larry beating the lap car there. I think held up Benson, got a Ryan around him. Yeah, I think Benson just got unlucky with the lap car and got a
Ryan used him as a pick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So you two have caught James
We're
here.
catching James now. He's starting to sweat. I can see it pouring out of the car.
It's. Well, I believe that I saw the white flag on that one.
We're a little bit too far away to make a move, so.
Yep. In there, Johnny goes in.
Justin just smashed into a light post.
All right.
See, I was gonna do some dual burnouts with Maki, but his car was too damaged to do it.
Was it? All
Yeah.
right. All right. Let's see. Where was it that I put the results? Let's see if that was it. Nope. Nope. That was the. See. Nope. Okay, that's weird. Hold again. I'll fix it.
I'm giving the audience
There.
their team.
There we go.
There we go.
There it is. All right. So bring it home the West. The 58 of Johnny Rapp, followed by the 27 of Ryan Phillips, the 1 of Benson Weaver, the 77 of James Barker in 4th, the 13 of Jake Maki in 5th, and the 42 of Paul Thomas in 6th.
You got the 31 of Jacob Phillips coming home in 7th. Then you got the 58 of Justin Wilson in 8th. The 69 of Larry in 9th. The 60 of Steve Vest in 10th. The 4 of Nathan Gentry in 11th. And the 36/35 car of Jacob Nickerson, yours truly. It's right there. And coming home in last. I'll let the team down, wondering for everything. Don't finish last, all that stuff. But it happens.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun season for all of these series. And we got a little bit before we start this off again, this series and everything. In a few weeks, we've got the Sasquatch 500, so that's gonna be a fun one. Jacob might be racing it.
If I can get things figured out, I might be in the truck.
So I'll be in the booth, so you'll see it right here on Overdrive Automotive Media channel. And that'll be a fun one. It's like it'll be like my third full length race, so it's gonna be always be fun and it'll be interesting. It's always fun doing those by yourself, but let's see, might have a couple of guys pop in. I might pull a couple of you in the booth, but try not to scare you this time though.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, I mean, like I said, Jake Maki in the 13 brought home the win in the mini stock championship. Jacob here came in a nice second, so congrats on that. Is that you? I think you two you two are the most consistent all season long. So it's like
60 of Steve Vest brought home in 3rd for the championship.
Nice. That's always good. So yeah. So if you didn't catch it, our champions, like I said, the 13 of Jake Maki and the mini stocks. I don't even know who did the street stocks. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It was Braxton Deweese. I don't know.
Probably the easiest guess you can do.
The easiest, I know, and I completely just spaced it. But the 8 of Braxton Deweese, our good buddy, brought home the championship in the street stocks. And then the late models was Kyle Terzak. And then the pocket crew chief is Jacob Bradley. All very good racers.
Yes.
I was like, I've been around, like I said, I kind of just, the time I had, I just kind of dabbled between all of them, but the mini stocks, because of course I was the full-time broadcasters. Even though I thought about it once or twice, trying to rig something up to race it and broadcast at the same time. Yeah, I have ADHD that allows me to do things all at once, but not that enough.
Yeah.
Not that. It wasn't enough for that. But Yeah,
So we
that
have,
about. What's up?
we have some things coming. I want to give a little bit of a preview for what's coming and a little bit of a closure on what's happened.
Hmm.
So Mondays are moving to the Arca car, still going to be Slingshot Media,
Hmm.
and the Xfinity cars are changing into truck cars, which are still going to be on V Speed,
Hmm.
and the mini stocks will stay here, same car,
Hmm.
same kind of layout. There'll be some maybe some unique tracks.
Hmm.
I'm not going to say what kind, but we're going to be some unique tracks,
Hmm.
and so that's what's coming. And to put a closure on what's happened, say Nathan Gentry, who used to run the mini stocks with us. He was the main admin, rigging up the sessions, all that stuff. He's stepped down as admin. So I just want to say thank you for Nathan for running this
Yeah.
thing and giving us an opportunity to run a full season of mini stocks. It's been a hell of a time.
Yep. It's been really fun. Fun getting to know all you guys during this series and all the series. Even though, like I said, I just kind of dabble and kind of a mid to back marker because I don't do a whole lot because all this other stuff I'm doing. But
Yeah.
it's always fun just to get in and battle between all of you. It's like even the mini stocks, like I said, we were um, battling out. We were testing a couple tracks and everything. It was fun. But all right, that about does it for us. Before I let you all go, I just want to go ahead and say thanks to all of the sponsors for all of our series. So you have Rescreen LLC, Brokeman's Racing, Number One Hero Cards, Overcut Sim Planner, Goon Squad, Evan Pienta Designs, RB Designs, Adrenaline Captures, then Pocket Crew Chief, and then Brobes Enterprises. Thank you for all of you and all that you guys do, and it'll be fun. It was a fun season. It'd be next season looks to be a little quite a bit different, but also about just as fun, maybe even more fun
Yeah.
from what I've heard of plans and stuff like that. So
Mm. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting time. I don't think we're doing off-season episodes. Right.
uh, not that I could think of, not yet. Stuff might pop up. We might
Mm.
pop in and maybe get a time where we can actually sit down with maybe like a round table of drivers.
Yeah.
Might be kind of fun.
Either
But
way, the season starts up again on the 11th of May. So the next for first, I think it's 11th of May, isn't it?
mm-hmm,
I can double check, but I'm pretty sure mini stocks go first, and this starts up in May, I think.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I believe that's where it was.
Okay, we have a clash or a pre-race on the 4th of May, and the season starts on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that'll be that Sunday. So the first podcast episode of the season 2 should be on the 17th of May.
Yeah, and then like I said, I kind of alluded to, so we have a full length, what it's called, Gone Squatchin' 500 at Talladega, which will be right here on Overdrive Automotive Media. That'll be on the 26th of April, Saturday night. You'll see us pretty much same time. I've been doing all my other broadcasts, so let's say it's be about it's pulling up about 7 Eastern is where.
So yeah, mark your calendars.
Yep. So yep, mark your calendars. It'll be pop up here within the next couple of weeks. I'll actually put it in a schedule. So keep an eye on here on this Overdrive Automotive Media channel. Hey, yeah, and that about does it. Have anything else, Jacob?
I think I got everything.
I think so too. All right, I just want to say thanks for everyone for listening. It's been a well over a ride this whole season. It's been fun just to kind of figure stuff out as we go and grow. And sometimes you have to shift, as you've seen tonight.
Mm.
This episode we kind of had to shift a couple times, and then yeah, that does it for me. All right,
Yeah.
like, all the jazz. Like, subscribe,
Comment, subscribe, share with
comments,
your
share.
friends.
Yes. Yeah.
Make billboards for your local town. Put it on light posts.
And as always, we'll be here on Overdrive Automotive Media, and also on all of our podcasts, avenues, everything. It's been really fun. So, all right, that does it for me. I'm Cam Gillins, and this is
I'm
Jacob
Jacob Nickerson.
Nickerson. We're for Overdrive Automotive Media, and we'll talk to you later.
Yes.